They're talking basketball. They're fucking dumb as shit. They talk about basketball, but they will make dumb ass jokes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Pod Don't Lie with Sam and Stav. We are here a mere week before the playoffs, and the New York Knicks had the signature win of the season, didn't they, Sammy?
That was the biggest win in years, dude. That was our biggest. Fuck it. Hit it, Harry.
Hit it, Harry.
Go New York, go New York.
Yeah. Yes, bitch.
Go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go. We're back.
You know what's sad? I know all the words to like every version of that. Like I know, like I can give you the mellow Amari. Like it's a rap once we get Shump and Stat back.
Dude,
I can give you every lyric.
By the way, they got to be working on one for the playoffs, right?
We need one, dude. Something about like Bullock and it being a lock. Like
Yeah,
something.
there you go. Bullock,
Rose,
Bullock.
fuck these hoes in the East.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that
Maybe
I would.
not.
Maybe with Derrick Rose, you might want you. I don't know that I would go anti-woman. I don't think I would. I
You meant the players against
Sure,
us. but
sure.
You're right.
The players
That's
are the
it.
hoes. Yeah, maybe if you make it clear. Yeah, that's good. That's good. We have a lot of grin and Barrett, while RJ Barrett fucks you in the ass, something like that. You know, I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking. I'm just kind of throwing some
Dude,
stuff out
There
there.
was someone had a tweet.
Julius Randle will handle your penis and balls and make you suck his afterwards. Something like that. You know, we're just kind of spitballing here, folks.
Guys are the musicians, but we're giving you some angles to
We're
work
giving
with
you
here.
some angle. Yeah. This is like when someone's like, you should do a joke about my friend Tom at the office. Tom is one of the most fucked up guys you'll ever meet, and they just don't expound on anything. They're just like, he's a fucking crazy
Something
guy.
with quickly and suck my dickly. You're the musician. You'd make it happen, dude. Without quickly and Burks, first off, Derrick Rose 9 of 10 in the first half. So I'm on a family Zoom in a hotel in Seattle. I have the game on mute because I don't want them to think I'm watching the game.
Yeah,
It's Mother's Day. I'm like, I love you so much, Mom, and I'm like,
I love you so much, Mom.
I fucking love you.
You're such a fucking awesome mom.
Dude, Randall, here's the thing. Someone had a tweet and it was Leonard and Paul George doubling Julius Randle, and it said, this is the respect Julius commands now.
Yeah, I think it was
It's
Wob. I
it's
think it was Worldwide Wob.
yes, it was. That's who it was. And dude, I mean, he didn't have a good first half, but that's what I love about him. He doesn't have to because he
Winning
can do other
time,
shit.
baby.
He does other shit, and then he hits. Batum is a very good defender. He goes left on him. Then PG
let's
makes
not
him go right.
crazy. I
Batum
would
is a
say
good
Nicholas
defender.
Batum is a very good defender.
He is. He absolutely is.
Come on, man.
No, the Clippers are a very good defensive team. I
Nicholas
think
Batum, who they basically did take him out of the fucking scrap heap.
that was his MO for years. He's a little older now, but he's still a good defender.
Okay, you said very good defense. I'm just trying to keep you in check here.
Batum is having an incredible season.
He's having a solid season, but he's not a
I'd
very
say
good defender.
Top 5 acquisitions of the offseason under absolutely.
Top 5 who got? Were there any big free agents? That's that might you might get, but here's the thing: you're still obstructing your point of saying you're making him out to be fucking. He's not fucking Ben Simmons out there.
No, he's not, but he's
not
a good
fucking
defender. He's been a
Matisse
3-and-D guy
Thybulle.
for them. The Clippers are the deepest team in the NBA, and as far as forwards and centers go, they're the deepest team ever.
Who?
The Clippers, in terms of forwards and centers,
The
think about
deepest
it.
team ever. Fucking Serge Ibaka's been hurt. His back is fucking acted up
but
this whole
I'm
season.
saying in terms-
They got
okay.
fucking motherfucker. Hold on. Can we just? How do you always do this? The Knicks just beat the fucking Clippers, and it was incredible. And you have to start hyping it up even more. It was one of the best fucking wins of all time. You don't have to start talking about Nicholas Batum is the best defender in the NBA, and the
didn't say
Clippers
that.
are
I
the greatest,
fucking didn't
and the
say that,
Clippers
you
are the
piece of
deepest
shit.
team of all time.
Fucking kidding me?
The Clippers tell
DeMarcus
everyone.
Cousins being your third string center. Nicholas
Everyone
Batum,
had a chance to
Marcus
fucking
Morris,
sign DeMarcus Cousins. Let's not get crazy here.
but he's looked good for them.
All right. Okay.
He can't do much against my man Nerlens Noel.
Wow, dude, they could add Kostas Koufos to that lineup at any time. Imagine how deep that center rotation
is one of the best acquisitions of the offseason too. I think it's been incredible. And I'll say this.
Giving yourself a little
You best believe I retweeted that Reggie Bullock appreciation.
Say it again.
You best believe I retweeted that Reggie Bullock appreciation post from the Knicks Twitter because I appreciate you, Reggie. 24 points, hitting big buckets, but it's not just that. Reggie,
he was playing incredible. He also played I think every minute of that game.
Well, Reggie and RJ's defense is insane. Like there's a play where RJ just straight
Batum
up shut
level,
down.
Some might say Batum
better than Reggie.
Wow, really? Better than Nicholas Batum? You don't say.
that Blazers team was pretty cool. I mean, that was like when that Blazers team it was Lillard.
Yeah, dude. Barack
Wes
Obama
Matthews.
Was president when Nicholas Batum was a good defender.
But Wes Matthews was a great defender then. Wes Matthews was like he was going to get paid before that Achilles injury.
Great, and then he fucked his
And then they had Robin Lopez, who was a much better defender then too as well. But Batum is still relevant. He's had a comeback season for sure.
For sure, we can say that.
He was irrelevant for years on Charlotte. I'll give you that. But he has had a comeback year.
Yeah. Anyway, the win was fucking crazy. Like you were saying, D Rose, even while Julius was struggling offensively in the first half, D Rose, what he go 9 for 10 and he had 19 points in the first half.
Incredible.
I had to watch the first half back.
Oh man.
Yeah,
my buddy DC Clippers fan was like, "This is fucking bullshit." Like, how the hell is D Rose? And I was like, first off, this ain't bullshit. D Rose has been doing this since we got him.
And
D
by
Rose
the way,
has been incredible.
You know who was rumored to have interest in D Rose before the Knicks? The Clippers didn't pull the trigger, and look at him now. Look at him. Oh, how about this, Sam? Here's something to put you to the fire. Would you rather have Rondo or Derrick Rose?
Definitely Rose.
Okay.
I love playoff Rondo, but what Rose is doing offensively right now, I mean, he's tapped into the fountain of youth, brother. He's back and he's better than ever. And I loved what Jamal Crawford tweeted about him, how he said, ESPN, NBA on TNT, or, it was NBA on ESPN said, he continues to shine for the Knicks. And he said, I love when they do this instead of saying like they roll back the clock or something, or vintage Rose. And I'm like, yeah, man, because you know what? He's been good for a couple of years. He's been in a bad situation. This is a good situation for him. He gets to come off the bench and be a sixth man. Yeah. And he just lights it the fuck up.
For a team that just needs offense, which the Knicks desperately do sometimes, especially if Julius isn't humming. He is in a perfect situation with the coach he clearly has a special connection to, and in a role that's exactly suited for his needs, because he's not he's not the guy he used to be, but he can provide that spark plug, that scoring, and he's not the kind of point guard that we would probably need, distributing all that kind. That's not the style of point guard he is, but he will get you some fucking buckets. And he's still, look, man, in person, Derrick Rose seems like as fluid. I mean, he's not as explosive, but it's like when we went to see it and I saw the team twice, it's like he stood out on the floor in terms of just like fluidity more than anything. He just like was,
his jumper's much better than it used to be too.
Yeah, totally. And
everyone, did you think that we would be at this point of the season and RJ and Julius would both be shooting over 40% from three?
No,
that's insane.
Insanity, truly insane, especially the way RJ started. And that's a big credit to RJ, is that like in games and in the season, it's like he doesn't get fucking shook. You know what I mean?
Not at all. And there was that one play where he was open and D Rose didn't see him and he just started screaming and clapping for the ball and he got it and he drained the three. And I was like, that's the confidence I want to see at RJ, man. Hell yeah.
Here's a hilarious stat that I saw on Twitter. This is from Tommy Beer, who writes for Forbes. He said, over the last 5 weeks, dating back to early April, 56 NBA players have attempted at least 100 three-pointers. Only one of those players is shooting above 48% from three-point territory, RJ Barrett.
I never stopped believing in RJ though. He was a baby last year. You saw the mechanics were good. He changed his shot a little bit.
Again, you don't get credit for any of your beliefs because you would have believed in anyone with a Knicks uniform on. Let's just make that very clear. Okay. All right. Respect.
I don't like, and I'll say another thing, brother. Guess who shot 0 for 7 in the first half against the Knicks yesterday? Mook. Gentleman's agreement still in order, brother.
Oh, you think he threw that game for us? You think?
I think he knew we needed that
because
one
of the
road.
strength of the relationship you have over Instagram DMs,
He
where you've
answered.
DM'd him 3 times and he sometimes gives you a thumbs up emoji.
I think the thumbs up is symbolic of something bigger than just the emoji, Stavros. I think he understands it. He really does want New York to be good. No, he did. I don't think he Jake LaMotta'd us, but I do think maybe he was like, if we lose this one, it's not the end of the world, but it's a big one for the Knicks.
But it's a big one for the Knicks.
Well, dude, this is a tough stretch. I mean, we first off, that game against the Nuggets, we just got fucking clapped.
It's so awesome because you don't even. There's a part. Clearly, that's a ridiculous statement. But guys, for those of you not watching the YouTube version and just listening. In his eyes, he 7% believes that's a possibility.
That's a good 7 there.
He's like, that's what he thinks. He thinks Marcus Morris potentially just threw off his jumper just a little bit to help out his old pals in the orange and blue, where he played 4 months. Where he played.
Yeah, dude. That was a damn efficient 4 months. He was great.
He was fucking wild.
I love Marcus.
He got himself a ton of money too.
And he deserves it. He's a terrific player, and he plays D. But let me say this, man. You know, I'm texting with DC, my friend, who's a diehard Clippers fan.
Yeah.
And he's just like, this is fucking bullshit. Like, you know, because I'm mad that Julius is shooting badly because he's just a little off. And and he's like, well, he's like, he's like, we got a good defense. I was like, yeah, no one's saying you don't have a good defense. And he goes, why are Kawhi and PG shooting so badly? I'm like, oh, we don't have a good fucking defense.
Yeah. And by the way, Kawhi did look a little strange in that one. A little. I
still want him on the Knicks, though.
He just looked a little just a little out of gas when it mattered. Just a little bit.
He hit a few big ones down the stretch. I mean, he did hit a couple threes to bring him closer.
I don't know. I just think it's like that has been his I don't know. It's a tough season. Is he ready to go? I don't know. Are these guys really ready to go fucking playoff intensity? It's going to be interesting to see.
I'm curious. What I really want is for them to get knocked out in the first round, and Kawhi's like maybe I want like PG to brick every shot he takes, and Kawhi's like
he's signed there already. PG's done for over there,
and then maybe Kawhi is like, maybe this isn't the co-pilot I need. Maybe I need to take a little cross country LAX to JFK flight.
That's right.
See the king. Kneel at the throne.
Kneel before the king, beg for his forgiveness, beg for a pardon, and take a seat at his right hand.
And Julius does this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he'll no, I think that would be a nice little they kind of fit a little better.
Yeah.
I think
you don't say. You think that would be a nice fit, huh? Kawhi and
we need a small forward
on the Knicks.
We've got the bruisers. We bring back D Rose. We need Reggie Bullock.
You don't think RJ is a small forward?
RJ is a two guard.
You think so?
I think he can go either way.
He's a wing. You're right. We need wings.
He's a wing,
we need wings.
But he's a very good shooter. He plays very good D. He would work well next to Kawhi. So would Julius. So start the dialogue.
Start the dialogue, folks.
Less crazy shit has happened this year.
Listen, you're on a fucking hot streak. This is a heat check from you. You've spoken, Julius, all-star, all NBA. I owe you another $50 on top of the steaks I gotta buy your bitch ass. You spoke that into existence. So why the fuck not, dude? In fact, I'm about to go put $1,000 on Kawhi. As soon as someone's taking bets, I'm betting on Kawhi Leonard coming to the New York Knicks in the offseason just because it's like, well, let's just ride out this insanity as much as it'll go.
I think it's been insane, but I love this team so much, and I really think we're like one. If we get another star, we're a contender.
And baby, the momentum's building already. I saw a report. I didn't read it because I didn't. I was in an Uber and I was getting a little bit of motion sickness. I have a little bit of a headache. Listen.
That happens to me too.
Listen, you guys, if you're one of the Hard Dick 1300 and you've been following, you listen to the Patreon, you'll know that right before our Patreon episode this Friday, I was waiting for my little brothers to come to New York to celebrate their 30th birthday. They're twins, and we had a little 30th birthday celebration. And I went buck the fuck wild this weekend, folks. And I've been sober for months. I've been eating healthy. That all went out the fucking window. It was just nothing but fucking eating like dog shit career. Delicious stuff. But I wasn't going to read an article. You know, when I'm food hungover, I'm fucking weed and booze hungover.
What were you drinking? What were you eating and stuff?
Oh baby, listen. In fact, maybe we should fucking we can't, it doesn't qualify for the battle for steak, but I gotta bring you out to Astoria and take you to some of these Greek places. We should do like
I
a
love
nice
that.
we should do like a nice big dinner in Astoria because the vibes are
want
so
that.
great at these Greek places. We sat down at this place. It's really good. It's called Ovelia's in Astoria. And we just had like literally everyone there was Greek. It was hilarious. It was like, except for like my friend's girlfriend, it was like my little brothers, my friend Christina, my boy Pete. We had one Albanian, of course, my friend Eldis. So it's real fucking Eastern
I've met
European.
Christina before.
You've met Christina, yeah. When I first
for
moved here,
sure.
sure. So it's just like the whole Greek crew, and it's like we're in fucking Greece on vacation, where it's just like we're just like ordering everything. We're like 3 Greek salads, 3 calamaris, 2 octopuses, as many dips as we want.
It doesn't get much better than grilled octopus.
Grilled, dude. We're just everything. This thing called dosuvli, which is a slow roasted pork. We're getting fucking so much of that shit, and it's just one of those like family style. Keep the fucking booze flowing. We were drinking this hilarious drink. It was like we were sitting outside, and it was like a little breezy. So we had a favorite drink of mine when I'm in Greece is rakomelo, which is raki is just like moonshine, and meli is just honey. And it's basically like a wildly alcoholic hot toddy. So it's like moonshine with honey in it, and it's just warm, and you're just like knocking them back, getting fucked up.
That hangover must suck though.
It was and then I mean I was so fucking blasted off edibles. It kind of like fixed the hangover while I was sleeping. You know, I was being repaired. And the drugs were fighting. The drugs and the fat in my body was fighting each other, and I was at equilibrium the next day. It didn't really kick in until honestly this morning. And then so that was fucking Friday, right? We just have this huge, awesome dinner. The whole team is just getting fucked up. It was great. I mean, one of the best experiences in an outdoor Greek dinner where it's family style, and no one ever worries about what's being ordered because it's like, look, we're going buck wild. If you're not ready to spend $100, you know what I mean? If you're not just ready to spend like between $60 and $100, don't even fucking come. You like one of those vibes, you know?
I like a family style vibe too. There's something about like you're eating the same shit, you're drinking the same shit, you're just 100% on the same level. I love that.
And you know what it is? It's almost like it's like a socialist ideal of a dinner because like, look, did I have more fucking pork than other people? Sure, but it was to each according to his need. Okay. And it's like we all are just, you had a great time. We're not going, no one's going hungry. I didn't drink as much as some of you fucking alcoholics. Okay. I didn't count your fucking mythos beers. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't counting how much fucking raki you were sucking down. Don't fucking eyeball my pork consumption. And it's one of those, you got to go with people that you love and respect, because real quick, if you go with anyone cheap or anyone that's not on the vibe, it throws the whole thing off.
No, everyone's got, it's all for one and one for all, my friend.
Exactly. The last thing you need is someone being like, hey, what the hell? Because if someone goes, hey, I didn't get any pork, then you just go, all right, let's fucking order another one. And if someone's like, just order more, that's the beauty of it. So we went buck wild there Friday.
I have nothing better than being with someone. I'm like, you take the last. They're like, no, you take it. That's a fucking great. That's a good energy. And then also, guess what? If you want more, order more. I'm with you. That's the vibe. We're fucking
celebrating. This isn't a fucking. We're not sneaking lunch in between like a meeting. We're having a fucking night out. You know what I mean? Anyway, so I
have not been eating that well. I'm jealous. I had fucking Qdoba for dinner last night. Yeah. Solid road meal, but it's not. You know, I'm in Seattle. I was in Spokane. I had some good Spokane meals, but you know, it's tough. It's tough to eat. Tough to eat healthy on the road, man. I'm like, oh, I'll get the pea salad as my side for my burger. That'll be healthy. It's like just slathered in bacon and mayonnaise. I'm like, yeah. All right, well, I guess I'm just eating all this. I'm hungry.
Yeah, I guess I'm just feeling like absolute shit 45 minutes after what was supposed to provide me energy.
It's hard to get that energy on the road because you're fading from the time change. I'm on the West Coast. I'm pounding night coffee again.
Oh, brutal. You're all fucked up, dude.
I even have like a facial like moisturizer that is supposed to like wake you up. That's why I got it, because it's supposed to like wake you up. So I do all the shit I have to do.
Yeah.
and then you're still like, fuck.
Oh, I'm worried about the road. Like that's the thing. It's like I'm trying to wait, like kind of fucking wade into that water a little bit, but it's like I'm gonna try and get Airbnbs. I'm gonna try and like leave an extra, like get there a
I
night
hate
early.
the Airbnbs. You like I don't
I
want to
love
be
an
in a
Airbnb.
stranger's home. Hotel is made up. I need someone to complain to. Also, I need a front desk to be
Sure.
like, this isn't right.
Right.
There's not
Right.
that in an Airbnb. You can't really. They're like, well, that's my home.
You know what? I will give you that it's a bit more of a gamble. But
Huge gamble.
I like feeling like it's sort of the flip side of that is you're not around. Well, obviously I'm not renting a room in somebody's house, right? Like I'm getting the whole place. So it's like, I kind of want to feel like it's sort of like my little home for, especially if it's like a long weekend, if it's like a Thursday through Sunday thing, let me go Thursday, take the whole day to set up shop, buy some groceries, like get a couple of yogurts in there, and you can at least control some of your meals. Whereas you're at the hotel, you're at
That
the
is
mercy of whatever the fuck is
No
around.
fridge in here, and there's a nice hotel, but
No
there's
fridge,
no
is
fridge.
brutal. You can't have, you
Brutal.
gotta have a fridge. I
could
gotta at
probably
least
get
have
one.
Greek yogurt and a couple strawberries in the, you know what I mean? Like in case of
You're
emergency.
so fucking
type
on
shit.
brand always, and I love it. I
Yeah.
love how on brand you are, dude. Yeah, I'll give you that. But something about the Airbnb, it just makes me uneasy being in someone's. It reminds me of the old days being a comic on the road where they're like, we'll put you in the condo, and you're like, fuck, all right.
Yeah. I mean, that's true, but also we've both been in some fucking brutal hotels. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Where it's like, it's not like you're not guaranteed not to have that at a hotel. You know what I mean? Like,
You're right.
but I guess the platonic ideal, like the platonic is just like safe bet is like a nice Holiday Inn Express. You know what I mean? They got they got the fridge. It ain't great, but it's not bad.
It ain't great though.
It ain't great, but it ain't horrible. You know.
I was just at one in Bridgeport, Connecticut, and I was like, this ain't good. I was with
Yeah.
Dina, and she's like, this isn't bad. I'm like, oh, you
Yeah.
fucking wounded little puppy dog.
But that's why I'm saying
we'll stay better places.
Here's the thing about Airbnb too. You control a lot of it, bro. It's up to you to fucking scope it out, like see the reviews. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a little bit more work, but it's worth. And again, I'm not trying to fucking go whole haul. I'm not trying to go buck ass wild when I'm on the road. But listen, I've had some great dude. When I fucking got back on the road after hurting my foot, I was just in a fucking walking boot, being just like getting fucked up the moment I fucking hobbled off the thing, trying to eat as many strangers' pussies as I could without even like knowing anything about them, just getting fat as shit, rolling the dice on gonorrhea like half the nights, and just like having the time of my
I
life.
just picture you opening with all this in therapy and him being like, oh, we have a lot.
Yeah.
We have a lot to cover
This
here.
never makes therapy, dude. This is the highlight reel. That's the shit I think about when I'm feeling sad. I think about getting my dick sucked in a walking boot and while eating pizza, and I'm smile serenely.
It's like you're doing like the Vince Carter dunk through the rim, but with a vagina. Dude, that is really I did look at the peak of COVID when it first started, when I was like, I don't even think I could stay in a hotel. That was like how paranoid I was.
Right.
I remember looking at Phoenix and looking at Airbnbs, and some of them had like pools. You get your own place, you got a pool, and you got a basketball hoop. And I'm like, ooh, this might be good living. I could do this for a few days.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You got to, and that's the other thing is like, I'm trying to approach this tour as like, I might make a little less money on this tour, but because I'm spending it more on like not feeling horrible. Right.
No,
like,
for sure.
And it's like, what the fuck are we making the money? Like, that's part of what you make
Quality
money for
of life, brother.
is quality of life. So we'll see, dude. I'm trying to be, and listen, am I gonna, is everything I said going to change? The diet thing is going to change now. Trying to eat as much pussy as possible. I see that as a constant. I see that as a constant in my.
Can't slow down the Greek king, my friend.
Dude. I'm trying to put up Julius numbers. I'm trying to make fucking.
Julius shares though. You have to remember that Julius gets a lot of assists.
I'm trying to. Everyone's busting at my Airbnb. Okay, I'm eating pussy for as long as it takes, and then I'm putting my dick in. Okay, because I know who's really the workhorse of my sexual experience. Right, my tongue is Julius Randle. My dick is Reggie Bullock. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Set up for success, knows his role, does not have crazy expectations put upon him, just comes in, sits in the corner, knocks it in. You know what I'm saying? After everyone set up everything.
And your fuck time is quickly.
And my fuck time is quickly. Yeah, absolutely.
Julius really is. I mean, all right. So we will refer to your tongue as the engine.
My tongue is the young engine dragon. The young gentleman dragon engine.
I'm fired up, man. We got the Lakers tomorrow, and LeBron is apparently coming back, and they're gonna have AD. It's gonna be a tough one on the road. I mean, that ain't easy. You know, LeBron, if he's ready to play, he's ready to play. So,
well, here's the thing, though. The Lakers kind of need. It depends what they want to do, right? Because, and we should say obviously we're gonna open with a big Knicks win, but the game from yesterday that was the most noteworthy is that the Lakers without LeBron smoke the Suns, absolutely smoked them off an insane performance from Anthony Davis, 42, 12, 5, 3 steals, 3 blocks.
Yeah.
And he looked solid against the Blazers too.
That was his best game back until yesterday. He was incredible against the Blazers. Yeah.
I mean, dude, he fucked the Suns up. And you know,
I think some teams just they're just tired because the Suns fucked us up. And first half we were rolling with the Suns, and the second half they're just like, which by the way, I love that Julius comes out like fuck Jay Crowder, because Mook said the same thing last year. And you know what? I'm officially not a Jay Crowder fan.
You're out. If two of your boys are against him, you're fucking. You know your loyalty's lost.
But yeah, dude, AD when he's healthy, it's kind of just like unfair. You just forget how fucking. That's the thing is like Jokic and Embiid have been so dominant this year that you forget that AD has been like the consensus best two-way big man of the last like 15 years.
Right. He started off slow this season, and then he got hurt. And yeah, last night was a really fucking like just because I was watching that game. I was just kind of flipping around, and I don't remember what I was watching. I remember what I was going back. Yesterday I missed the early games, and then I was kind of flipping around. There were some good games, and I was just kind of checking the score, and I was like, I just assumed the Suns were gonna fucking win, because it's like the ADs looked weird, whatever. No LeBron, but they go. I mean, they just fucking they and I know what you're saying. I know that it's a regular season. It's like, what do the Suns really have to play for? But at the same time, I mean, who is guarding AD on the fucking Suns? They tried. I mean, Jay Crowder's their power forward. They tried Torrey Craig on him a lot yesterday. That obviously wasn't going to fucking work. Is it Ayton? I guess you probably. But then it's like, can Ayton hang? Who the fuck's guarding him? Who the fuck's guarding him? And who the fuck's guarding LeBron? And that's what's really funny is like, you look at the standings, and as it is right now, you have fucking the winner of the 7th seed, which would be, by the way, incredible, would be the Lakers versus Golden State. Wow. Insane game as it stands.
Oh my God. Well, that's crazy that
Phoenix would have to play the Lakers. The Lakers would be the 7th seed. And then it's like, if you're who
imagine having this year. I mean, you gotta pick the Lakers. That's crazy.
Especially after AD does that, just as a little fucking reminder.
I just don't like if LeBron and AD are healthy, who knows if they will be, but if they're healthy, they're not gonna lose to the Suns. There's just no way, like as good as CP3 and Devin Booker have been, as great as the supporting cast has been, they're not beating the Lakers. They're just not. So
okay, and then let me ask you,
it sucks to get the 2 seed and draw that matchup.
And look, if right now Portland is at number 6, right? And if the Lakers finish better than them, they're a full game behind Portland, which seems a little insurmountable at this time. I mean, they both play the Rockets. But who knows? It's possible, but it feels more likely that the Blazers get the 6th seed. And it's very interesting. Their last game, they play the Suns. The Blazers play the Suns. And if you're the Suns, wouldn't you rather lose to the Blazers so that they stay a game ahead of the Lakers? Or actually, that's interesting. I guess wouldn't it work the other way? Actually, never mind.
Wait, the Suns
if you're actually, never mind. If you're the Suns, you might want to beat the Blazers so that they drop down and the Lakers go up to the 6th seed.
I would rather play the Blazers, obviously,
without question. Now, let me ask you this, right? Because the Lakers are right now at 7.
Yeah.
And if they try, if they win out and Portland loses or whatever, they might be able to get to 6. If you're the Lakers, though, the Clippers are at 6. Would you rather, or the Clippers are at 3? I'm sorry.
Yeah, they would play them in the first round. You'd rather play the Suns
Clippers
or
the Suns?
Definitely I would rather play the Suns. The Clippers.
I I'm sorry to say this to Phoenix. I think I would rather play the Suns.
But here's the problem. You're going to have to go through the Clippers probably at some point anyway. The Lakers.
You would have to go through the Clippers in the next round in this scenario.
And you have to just, I think, avoid. If I'm the Lakers, you want to avoid that play-in at 7.
Really? You think, why? You don't think you're going to beat the fucking Warriors? If LeBron and AD are both playing?
Maybe you're right. I don't know. I just think, maybe you're right. And maybe also LeBron and AD aren't 100%. If you're not 100%, you don't want to go through. I think the Clippers are the toughest competition in the West right now. Like I might say the Nuggets if Jamal Murray's healthy, but he's not. I think right now you got to say the Clippers. Problem is they fucking choked last year, and that really hurts my belief in them. But they just, in terms of that roster, I believe that they will be tough. Reggie Jackson's impressed me this year. I think I gave up on him a little bit. Their depth really, I really think their depth is going to be a problem in the postseason because if injuries happen to other teams, they're fucked. If injuries happen to the Clippers, they got guys that can slide in.
I think you're fine to fucking give up on Reggie Jackson a little bit, especially for the playoffs. I mean, if Reggie Jackson really was fucking impressive, there's no need to get Rondo, right?
Right.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I think I would rather be the 7th seed and play the Suns. I know that's disrespectful to any Phoenix fans out there, but I don't know. I just think
what's funny is why? Because the Suns are unproven. The Clippers are kind of unproven. They think just have a better roster.
I think you see what Anthony Davis did yesterday, and it's like, what's the answer to that? Really? Like, what the? And now maybe you're saying like, well, does Anthony Davis, is he ready to go? It's like he's gonna have to be ready to go either way. And I honestly think him feasting on Torrey Craig, Jay Crowder, fucking DeAndre Ayton, who the fuck else are they putting on him? I don't understand who's going to guard him. There's
just no. I mean, but then again, who do the Clippers have someone who could really guard AD?
No, and I mean, I guess. I mean, Booker's going to be a problem for the Lakers. Don't get me wrong. Like, who guards Booker is an actual
but at
question.
Least
but they're a good defense. I don't know. They're a good team defense. I don't know.
Pope is a good defender. I mean, you throw him on him. Kuzma's been playing great D. I'm not as worried about.
So I guess
about you. I'm not more worried about Devin Booker than I am Kawhi Leonard. If
right.
The fuck.
Right. Good point. So yeah, I don't know, man. That's kind of what I mean. There's a lot
of pressure on playoff P though.
A lot of pressure on playoff P.
You know that Chris Paul is going to bring in the playoffs. There's no question.
Yeah. And I mean, that just absolutely sucks dick to be the Suns, and you might have to play the Lakers in the first round.
You know what? You have to go through them at some point, right? If you want to win it. So maybe this is the time you want to play them when they're a little more hobbled.
I guess that's true. If you have to play the Lakers, I mean, I think what they're saying is I'd rather not have to, but
right, like maybe the Clippers do it for you and they get bloodied on the way, and then you get to,
because I think the Clippers are a better matchup for the Suns, even than the Lakers. Again, just because of the AD thing. But
and the Clippers have, as great as their talent is, they disappear at times. And the issue that we brought up a million times, but it's the Kawhi PG thing, and that on paper you're like, well, this is ideal, right? They're both guys who play great offense and defense. They're both killers. This should work. But it is a lot of that my turn, your turn bullshit. Like, they don't fit as well as like LeBron and AD. That's like a beautiful fit.
Right. Without question. And then the rest of the Western Conference playoff picture right now is Utah, obviously at the 1 seed, and they would play the winner of the second play-in game, which would be Memphis. Right now, it's Memphis. Whoever wins versus Memphis, San Antonio versus whoever loses from Lakers.
When is
Warriors.
Donovan Mitchell back, Stav?
I don't know, actually. I don't have that. I'm not sure on that, but it hasn't really. I assume he's just kind of taking it easy until the playoffs, but I'm not positive. Oh, here we go.
Who do you think's more
it
of a
says
threat?
It says injury update. Jazz guard has ankle reevaluated, at least one more week.
That's not
so
horrible.
he's probably just gonna take it easy for the playoffs.
But that's an undersized guy. He needs all of his tricks.
And here's the thing: if there's another break while the play-in tournament is happening. So if he sits out this week, then you got the play-in stuff. He basically gets 2 weeks to rest it, and I think he'll just sit out. They don't really need these games that much.
Who do you think's who is a scarier team? The Jazz or the Suns?
Um, I mean, I think the conventional, like the thought process is, oh, you got Chris Paul and you have Devin Booker who's going to prove himself. But I kind of, the Jazz, I don't know. I would say the Jazz is a better team. I think I would be more nervous to play the Jazz.
Better
than the
defense.
Suns.
3 All-Stars over 2.
Yeah, and they've been together longer. They have more veterans they've been in the playoffs a lot. I mean, they haven't had a lot of success, but they've been there a lot.
Yeah.
And look, whatever you want to say about Rudy, he's good. Donovan Mitchell can prove himself and has played pretty well in the bubble, and he needs to take the same kind of. He has the same pressure to prove himself that
Mitchell or Booker, who do you take? You're building a team. Who's the guy you take to start it?
If you're building a team, I think you take Booker.
Really?
Yeah, isn't he younger and he's taller?
I think I want to say they're similar in age. He is taller.
I think he's younger. I think he's younger. I think Devin Armani Booker is younger.
I'll check it out. They're both 24.
Oh, really? Interesting. Both
Booker's
24?
6'5".
Yeah. I don't know. I like Booker a little better.
I think Mitchell gets disrespected in this league.
I'm
so
disrespecting
much.
him a bit here. Yeah, sure.
But I think he's been disrespected, and I think like the Jazz stayed disrespected, and I like Mitchell has. I'll give this to Mitchell over Booker, and this is not a slight on Booker because he hasn't had the supporting cast that Mitchell's had, but Mitchell's shown up in the playoffs for years.
I mean, Booker's never been in the playoffs.
That's my point, though.
Right.
But it's tough. I think my issue is the players would unanimously pick Booker, and I don't think it's that much of a landslide. I think it's pretty close.
Well, maybe that means that maybe those motherfuckers know something we don't. You know what I mean? Like these guys have played Team USA together. These guys know each other. They play pickup together. They just like, that could mean something. I mean, but it also could be
It's
some
close.
Utah. It also could be some Utah Jazz thing.
You're right. My only argument is like I just think Mitchell. What part of the thing I like about him is that he stays disrespected, but he also stays humble. Like he's got the right type of chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
I just
agree
like
with
that.
that.
I think I just like the guy a lot. Every interview I see him in, I'm like, I just like this guy. I think he's like a cool guy.
I agree with you. He's got the right kind of chip, and Booker, it almost feels like he's got the wrong kind of chip. You know what I mean?
He's banging a Jenner.
Yeah. Where Booker just like, I want my respect. It's like, bro, you've been on a fucking perennial loser. It's like, I know you scored 70, but like we don't owe you anything. You know what I mean?
And also he's been like, everyone tells him he's great. Like every
Yeah.
player's like, this is the next guy. And it's like,
and he's cute. He's got a big hog. He's got a lot of entitlement. Very handsome, nice.
Mitchell's
fat
kind of a
penis.
cute guy though, too.
He is, but there's something about neither one of them is ugly, but I just think
Devin Booker's
Devin's
got
cuter.
that. He's kind of got a little Channing Tatum in him.
He's got a little boyish. He's got a little boy. They're both kind of boyish, but I don't know. Devin is just like a fucking, I don't know. He slays puss. I don't know. I haven't heard from my sources, right? I have a friend who's played some pro sports, and his sources indicate that
this is
Devin,
like further than word in the street. This is
actually sourced, you fucking piece of shit. I just won't give out. I actually talked to somebody who is
as far as I know, it's word on the street, my friend.
Well, this is Stavi's Sage. This is what's a good fucking, what's better than word on the street?
Stavi on the street.
Whispers. Stavi's certified whispers.
I like that. That's good.
Stavi's back alley whispers. That's what we're gonna call it. Stavi's back alley whispers.
SCW.
Stavi's back alley whispers. This is from a source who played a little bit of professional football, but has friends in the association. That Devin Booker has a huge penis. Mm-hmm. And that he was smashing, I mean, absolutely going to town on Arizona State co-eds when he was a rookie because he was a 19-year-old, same age as them.
Sure.
And that his hog is humongous. So that's Stavi's Forbidden Whispers. What is it called?
Your
Stavi's
issue
Back
is that,
Alley Whispers.
So maybe that's part of his issue is like he's super handsome. He's got a big
cock.
penis. He was maxed out very young. I mean, this is all stuff being like, you're the shit.
Exactly.
So
Rich
you
kid
need-
syndrome. Yeah, he's an
Yeah.
he's as close to a rich kid as an NBA kid as an NBA player could get. You know what I mean? God is his rich
won
father. You know what I'm saying? By giving him that beautiful penis and that beautiful bone structure, God has set him up for success and he hasn't faced adversity once.
I mean, he has just being the guy in a bad team. That's the adversity. Is having that pressure on you is the adversity.
I guess.
And this year he gets a team that's kind of growing into itself a little. Like Mikal Bridges, it's another handsome fella in your lineup.
Sure.
There's
sure.
DeAndre Ayton, who's starting to show up a little bit. Tough to be
Not as
drafted over
fuckable.
Luka.
You know what I mean?
Not as fuckable, but
he's got a little. He's got a bit of an old man vibe to him.
I kind of like the old man look though.
Yeah, he's got a little Danny Glover to him, if you ask me. He's got a Danny Glover type vibe, and
So then, and you bring in Chris Paul, who is the I'm getting too old for this shit character.
he is
that dude.
he is actually Danny Glover.
But that's
sure.
the dude who you need a win. This is your fucking guy. This guy will make you. He will either make you win or he will break you and break your spirit.
And by the way, you want to talk about Chris Paul fantasy stuff? It's like we even were like, yeah, give us Chris Paul. We were talking about it in the offseason. Imagine this team.
Imagine
with
how
Chris Paul.
dangerous we are with Chris Paul.
We might be a fucking 3 seed, brother.
I think dude, our one weakness is point guard.
Yep.
I mean, I love Elfrid for how hard he plays, but like Chris Paul over Elfrid Payton, are you kidding me?
Yeah, and I don't want to get to this, and you were saying it. We were both banging the drum of the Bucks were stupid not to really go after Chris Paul too.
I was banging that drum early on.
We were talking about it for a while, and Drew Holiday, you would have had to give up less. And I know it's a smaller window, and maybe that's why the Bucks didn't want to do it. But it's like Paul has proven himself, bro. Like
no, he handles the ball more than Drew, and in the playoffs, you make more sense, and you're a more formidable opponent to the Nets in my mind if you have Chris Paul.
Without question. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's not going to fucking happen.
But I was banging that drum from the get-go because I wanted Giannis to have a point guard like Chris Paul because I knew how happy it would make you.
It would have made me unbelievably happy. Almost as happy, Sam, as uncorking a fresh package from our friends at CushyDreams.com and smoking some of the highest quality CBD known to man. That's how happy Chris Paul. Giannis screening for Chris Paul and fucking diving for an alley-oop would have made me as happy as fucking taking out some of this fresh, popping open some vacuum-sealed flower of some of the finest hybrids of CBD that there are. No THC content, some of the highest CBD content in the game, though, of the smokable, delicious herbs coming from our friends over there at CushyDreams.com. That's how happy it would have made me. And who knows, man, maybe that they could have gotten Bogdanovich too. And now we're talking Chris Paul, Bogdanovich, Chris Middleton, Brook Lopez, and Giannis. I think that's a team that
Bogdanovich is really showing more and more that like he would have been a nice little piece for them. It's a bummer.
Yeah.
It's a bummer for the Bucks.
And what another nice little piece, half-gram joint from CushyDreams.com, which is our favorite. You can get them in full grams. You can get them in half grams. Like you said, you get them in vacuum-sealed flour that you get to decide. Put it in your own little pipe. You know what I mean? Roll your own little spliff with it. Throw a little tobacco in the mix. Whatever the fuck you want to do. They've thought this through over at CushyDreams.com. They got some of the fucking most beautiful CBD out there, pal. Okay? We're talking scientifically backed CBD that's been through rigorous tests. You wouldn't believe the kind of shit. It's like the fucking draft combine in there. And if they don't have
a good draft too, not the 2000 NBA draft,
no,
with like fucking.
This is the Kobe Steve Nash AI draft. That's the kind of fucking level of CBD you're getting from our friends at CushyDreams.com. I love all I love the dream, the peace, the relax, the good shit. In fact, I'm you know what, Sam? I'm beaten up over this long weekend of eating Greek. We didn't even get into the Korean barbecue that we had.
There's a Korean
Saturday.
barbecue place near my hotel, and I thought about it. I'm thinking about going there later today.
That honestly, solo Korean barbecue, I would fucking tip my cap to you
Really?
so hard for doing that. Yeah.
Okay. Is it kind of a depressing move, or
It's like, yeah, it's like going to fucking Benihana alone. You're just like you're just sitting there somberly having a guy toss shrimps into your mouth. But that's neither here nor there.
I like a solo trip to any restaurant. I'm fucking down.
I love a
Especially on
solo
the
restaurant
road.
trip. I'm just saying it's funny to do that for a communal.
It's a
dining
celebratory
experience.
food, and I'm going solo.
It's communal. It's not even celebratory. It's communal. Anyway, listen. Do whatever the fuck's in your heart. And what's in my heart is smoking Cushy Dreams. And if you want to align your heart with mine, go to cushydreams.com, use promo code PODDON'T. That's PODDONT. And buy up a bunch of that fucking beautiful smokable shit, and you will get 20% off of your order using our code. Once again, that's PODDON'T, PODDONT. And Sammy, since we're in the fucking plugging mood, and I'm ready to plug like you wouldn't believe, brother, we should say our t-shirt sale, your window to buy merch from Pod Don't Lie is closing fast. As this goes up, this will go up Monday, this episode. We're recording it right now on a Monday afternoon. You only have 1 or 2 days left of the drop. I'm not exactly sure, but you're going to want to get those shits, baby, because we're close to selling out. And once they're gone,
those shirts, dude.
Once they're gone, they're gone. Engage in the battle for shirts. Get my beautiful t-shirt and not Sam's little dog shit, fucked up, stupid t-shirt. Okay.
If you love being an engine and a young king and a dragon gentleman, what you need is the King Julius exclusive turnaround fadeaway shirt.
By the way, that's Sam is plugging this like King Julius is on it. No, you have his dumb lanky ass over
in a Sprewell jersey,
over an offensive caricature of me, a fat little bald man. Which, by the way, I am a powerful man of hair, and that's what you will get with my. That's what you'll get with my t-shirt. You will see me as I am spiritually, and Sam as he is spiritually and physically. Because sure, I might be a 5'7" obese man, but in if you're looking at me superficially, but if you look into my third eye, if you look deep into my soul, what I am is a statuesque turbo athlete dunking over Sam. And if you are the kind of person that feels contained by their mortal coil, that understands that we're more than just flesh, we're a soul. If you believe in your souls, of being more than a body and being a spiritual entity, then you're going to want to buy my fucking shirt, which showcases my soul dunking over Sam's little bitch ass soul. Okay. And you'll love it. Go fucking buy that shit. The website is, I forget, Pod Don't
Hold on
Lie.
a second, Stavros. Let me tell you something, brother.
Oh.
The Black Mamba made King Julius what he is today by showing him the way. King Julius, I believed in early this season when I knew he was a different man than last year. And I've channeled the energy and the spirit of the young gentleman Dragon King, the engine,
And
the
what does that
engine
have to do with
himself.
Kobe exactly?
The point is, by Kobe inspired him, he inspired me. So if you love Kobe, this has got Kobe's
Wow.
essence written all
You
over
are a
it.
disgusting profiteer trying to make money from the tragic death of an icon.
I love Kobe.
Wow. If you listen to this fucking guy, folks. Look, I'm tired of pitching because we got Sam over here.
I'm not tired because I have the energy of the
desecrating
young
the
gentleman
grave-
dragon.
the
I'm just
grave
getting
of
warmed
Kobe
up.
Bryant trying to make a couple bucks off a tragedy that hit us. Now I won't say that. All I'll say is go search for yourself. Get the Greek Freak of Podcasting t-shirt or get the little bullshit little dick, I don't remember the name, t-shirt. Those are your two options, the Greek Freak of Podcasting or the little dick bastard of podcasting t-shirt.
That's not what it says. It says King Julius on it, and it's me hitting. If you,
Quiet.
I'm just getting warmed up, boy.
It's drpshp.co. That's drop shop without the O's. drpshp.co/pod-don't-lie. We will link to it on social and everything, but your time is running low. And look, let me win the battle for shirts, folks.
And let me show Stavros that show your friends that you're a young gentleman dragon the way I've shown it to Stavros.
And if I don't win, I'm going to show Sam my balls Every day that I see him in person, I will surprise him with a new view of my nuts.
I believe him, guys. So I'm okay if I lose this, but I do want to see some of you in those shirts because those shirts are bad. I do love my shirt.
No, they're great shirts, and shouts out to our fucking boy. Shouts out to our boy Jack for fucking really
Jack Herzog crushed
Jack
it.
Herzog crushed that shit. Did a great job. So anyway, that's it for the fucking plugs. Let's just fucking chat about. I mean, like I said, a lot of great fucking. We almost missed the Luca nut tap. Luca tapped Colin Sexton in his fat little nuts on a
Right.
box out yesterday. So he's getting a little tricky over there, and he's got 15 techs. One more tech, and he's suspended for a game.
I hate that rule, man. That's some fucking bullshit.
Does that carry into the playoffs or no? I think
it
resets.
does.
Oh,
I
does
think-
it?
Maybe it doesn't. I'm pretty sure it does.
Bro,
And
if it doesn't carry in, then shouldn't he like get a tech? I don't remember how that fucking rule works.
it's so stupid because these refs will give players texts for fucking nothing now. And you're especially guys like Zion who like you're a young player, you're emotional. Luka's a young player. Like let these guys fucking play emotionally. I don't like refs dictating a fucking suspension over this shit. It's some bullshit.
Yeah.
Even Daryl Morey getting fined $50K for criticizing the refs. Like your boy got injured because the refs aren't protecting them. I hate that shit.
Yeah, because Draymond got fucking. I think for the same. Draymond got suspended because of
Harry
that.
says it does reset.
Oh, it does reset. Okay,
because he's 16 in the regular season or 7 in the playoffs. I still hate it.
that's hilarious. Draymond got 7 in the playoffs that year when he got suspended for hitting people in the nuts. That's
Draymond
so
was
fucking funny.
He was the villain of the NBA. I loved it. I loved Draymond so much, dude.
Yeah,
One of my
he's-
favorites ever.
He's still pretty funny. The other thing, the Heat had a fucking pretty nice game against the Celtics. Celtics really look like fucking dog shit, man.
I'm scared that Knicks are going to get the Heat in round 1 when we could have gotten the Celtics or the fucking Hawks, who are going to be much easier.
The Celtics are definitely gonna be in the fucking plan. They fucking stink. Let's
Why
see.
are they so bad? They still have a good roster. It's a little strange to me.
Maybe Kemba's a little washed to Duchlian.
I
Their
think he
center
is.
rotation is fucking brutal. There's a lot of problems on that team. Evan Fournier is like the fucking secret. Are you kidding me? Their big addition. So currently,
Yeah, maybe
Um,
Kemba is a little,
so the Knicks have they're a game up on the Hawks and the Heat. The Heat are tied. If you're the Heat, you'd rather play the Knicks than the Bucks. Even you know what I'm saying? Even if you had the Bucks number last, you just rather would get up to 5.
Yeah.
But I think they have a harder schedule than the Hawks. I think the Hawks it's kind of fucking easy street for them.
Well, they've got the Wizards who have been pretty hot though, but they lost Beal now. So
They have oh, that's right. The Hawks have a back-to-back. They have one of those like 2-game series with the
the
Wizards.
Heat of the Celtics again tomorrow, which like tough to win 2 straight, even though it's Boston, and then they've got the Sixers, on
Sixers.
Thursday. So
Yeah.
hopefully they.
But the Hawks have the Wizards twice. But again, the Wizards, that's not easy. I mean, I know they don't have Beal, so it's nice to get them.
So we
without Beal.
we want the Hawks to win.
Yeah, and look, as
The Heat of the Bucks, but they do have the Pistons as well.
the Heat have the Bucks too.
Yeah,
That's a tough. So the Heat are probably going to be at 6, I would guess. And you would
but
think
they've got the Pistons too, Stabby.
What do you mean? Yeah, but the Hawks don't have anyone. The Hawks have the Wizards and the fucking Magic. The Hawks
Yeah.
have, let me look at it right now. Yeah, dude. The Hawks have Wizards twice, Magic, Rockets. Couldn't be more angel food cake schedule if you fucking.
Well, we want the Hawks. That's who we want as the Knicks.
So they're gonna keep winning, and we got to keep winning. Is basically what I'm saying.
But we got a tough schedule. We got the Lakers. We got the Spurs. These aren't gimmies.
Yeah, and
man.
the Spurs needed to stay in contention because the Pelicans, even though we should say Zion is hurt, which is a huge fucking bummer because it takes kind of the air out of that. Because dude, imagine if the play-in the West was Lakers, Steph, and then Memphis Pelicans
But
with Zion.
aren't the Pels out of it?
They're not out of it. No, they're still they're nipping at the heels of the they're one game back of the Spurs. I mean, the Spurs need to lose. Don't get me wrong, but still. Anyway,
Yeah, the Knicks do not have an easy schedule. We do have the Hornets and the Celtics, which hopefully we take those, but like none of these games are gimmies, dude.
yeah, for sure. So, but yeah, fuck the Hawks. We'll suck their little fucking.
It
Pricks.
just sucks that like we're already clearly exhausted. Our team, Julius and RJ, the minutes they've logged this year, and it's like we're gonna have to go into the playoffs kind of tired.
Or firing on all motherfucking cylinders, baby. Who knows? Because you also, the thing about the playoffs is you'll get more rest in the playoffs than you did in this season, in this truncated season.
So maybe we're better conditioned. You're right. Maybe we're just better conditioned.
Here we go. Start the fucking dialogue.
Maybe we get Mitch back. My only worry with Mitch is, as much as I love him, like Nerlens and Taj have been amazing for us.
Is Mitch coming back? Is he set to come back?
Well, broken foot usually takes like 5 weeks. It's been about that, I think. So
I don't know, man. On a fucking center, that's kind of a foot injury is something I would be very ginger with personally.
Well, we'll see. It's interesting. I wonder if this will hurt his value re-signing. We've talked about like what his role will be because I think the Knicks are going. I can't imagine them not looking to re-sign Nerlens. We'll see what money he commands in the open market, but he's looked like he's just reinvented himself and been great. And Taj has been just a great role player. I love him as a pro. He bangs. He fucking plays hard. I love him.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'd like to. We should probably check that. I don't even think about. I thought, just kind of figured Mitch would be done for the season, but I guess you're right. It's just it's a fracture, not like something else, some kind of ligament or some shit. The nice thing about the way the things are breaking down is that and look, whatever you want to say about the play-in, it's made these last couple of weeks really interesting. And even like this week, we have a ton of great games where it's like these games matter. You have Hawks Wizards tonight, which matters for us, for seeding in general. And the Wizards, by the way, need those wins. The Wizards need to win at least 2 of their next games. So it's not like they're going to be playing soft.
So much significant basketball in the next few days.
Blazers Rockets, which the Rockets stink, but the Blazers need that because they're locked with the Lakers. You have Memphis and the Pelicans tonight, which no Zion, but still matters for the play-in. Then the Tuesday doubleheaders looks awesome. You have Celtics Heat and then Knicks Lakers. That's going to be fucking a great night of basketball.
The Lakers, yeah.
Wednesday you have Wizards Hawks again, Blazers Jazz, Pels Mavs. Great, all this shit matters. Thursday, Heat Sixers, Knicks Spurs, Blazers Suns. These are all fucking great games, bro. And then the other thing is the weekend, the NBA has everything, nothing is scheduled. And for Saturday and Sunday, like all the games are TBD. And that gives them the ability to fucking put the games that really matter on the best.
Oh, is that why they did that?
Yeah, dude. So it's going to be a full Sunday is awesome. Like Sunday's slate of games is really fucking tight. And it just it's going to be an incredible day of basketball. And it's what I've always talked about, where I'm like, I just want to sit down on my fucking couch and have just watch basketball all day. You have Rockets, Hawks, which is whatever, Cavs, Nets, which is whatever, Bucks, Bulls, whatever. Jesus, I'm reading these. These are kind of fucking brutal. Heat, Pistons, Grizzlies, Warriors, Mavs, Timberwolves. Jesus Christ. Lakers, Pelicans.
Could be fun though. I mean, the T-Wolves have been more fun to watch, and
but they're gonna be tanking.
Jimmy and Cat, that beef is still alive and well. Jesus.
Oh, I didn't even see that. No.
Oh, he was just talking shit.
You got Lakers, Pels, which will be interesting if the Pels are still in it. Celtics, Knicks. For us, that's huge, right? Clippers, Thunder, nothing there. Magic, Sixers, nothing there. Jesus. Nuggets, Blazers, that could be a good one. Jazz, Kings, nothing.
Yeah, this is the headline for SB Nation. Jimmy talked major trash to Karl Anthony Towns at the end of Heat Wolves. Jimmy Butler still won't let up on his beef with Karl Anthony Towns all these years later.
Damn.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm looking at this, and really the most impactful games are Blazers, Nuggets, but
he
Blazers,
called him
Nuggets,
soft as baby shit.
Yeah. Classic. And then Celtics, Knicks, though, I mean, for us, it's a big game. Whatever happens, Knicks, Celtics to end the season could really have real serious implications. So, should be fun. Anyway,
of course, it comes down to fucking Boston. It always does.
Yeah, it'll be whatever.
Can't believe we're better than the Celtics. No one picked the Knicks to be better than the Celtics, though.
Celtics are fucking dog shit.
It's hilarious.
Okay. Anyway, let's read some fucking reviews and fucking wrap this bad boy up. I got a fucking headache. The plumber's here. He's been fucking snaking my drain. I hope you guys can't hear it, but I've been podcasting under duress for the last last 10 minutes. No, it's all good.
I don't hear anything.
That's good. It's good to know. Yeah, my fucking shower's been clogged for 4 days. Like, we can't shower in our apartment. My brothers were here. I went to my brother got a hotel room because he was here with his fiance. I literally like rode a bike to my brother's hotel to shower while he was visiting me in New York City this weekend. So cross your fingers. Hopefully I'll be fucking yeah, dude, it's been rough around here. And listen, we've been eating, so my underwear is taking a real fucking toll. Some of these are going to get thrown away. Some pairs of underwear are not surviving this weekend of no shower, plus Greek food, Korean barbecue, ramen.
There's Greek
Chinese.
ball sweat all over
yeah,
there.
Dude, there's fucking, anyway. This is from Fire Steve Kerr, who says, gripping. Don't be fooled by the endearing tongue-in-cheek cover art. This psychological drama takes you into the mind of a traumatized and demented New York comedian and his therapist, mirroring the relationship of Joker and Harley Quinn. Listen as Morel coaxes Halkis into his delusional fantasy of dragons and amorphic engines, leaving the therapist to wonder if his patient's increasingly realistic prophecy is the real world around him or a fabricated symptom of Nick's hysteria. You're right, man. I am Harley Quinn, dude. You're winning me over. Oh, Mr. Sam.
He's so good.
I've got the Knicks sick. This is from Jack Attack. I'm writing this review as a lifelong Heat fan, yet apparently a new Knicks fan. Having just had my first moments of Knicks sick, which is a term I came up with for Sam's Knicks-based lunacy. I saw a post about Cat not being happy, and I thought he should come to the Knicks without any hesitation. I need help. That's true. Jolted my basketball fandom to life like Frankenstein. Was Googling world's biggest chuckleheads and accidentally found this podcast. Turned out the pod's all right. Good for an NBA casual. As an aside, this all reminds me of when I was bartending in downtown San Francisco and Dave Yeager came down and drank like 6 double makers and diet. And also said the food from the Michelin star restaurant we were attached to was fine. LOL. And then charge it all to the Grizzlies GM's room during the playoffs versus the Warriors. Go Dubs.
Damn.
Shouts out to Yeager. I loved it. I used to fuck with that guy big time.
Oh, he was good.
From JD Peary 901, go New York, go. This podcast gave me, a Grizzlies fan, Knicks brainworms. Great show. We're doing the work of the people, dude. Sam Stockholm syndrome. Tolerable Knicks propaganda. Out of all the loony Knicks fandom to unfortunately come back into the media, these two easily are the most tolerable to listen to. Sam, he, him, and Stav, he, him are just a couple of charming NYC cuties who like to talk about the NBA the way real people do, which is kind of sort of acknowledging the league at large and then focusing the majority of your attention on pumping up as much hope and ego into the team you root for in hopes that they don't break your heart again. They're all about starting the narrative, and we love that for them. We do love the narrative, baby. This is from the young, dishonorable Kingslayer, the future of sports commentary, the only podcast that will have you wondering what Shaq looks like in a pair of gray sweatpants. That's right. And we're still trying to get to the bottom of how big Shaq's penis is. And that's more off-season reportage. But anyway, folks, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for the reviews. Keep the 5 stars coming. We really appreciate it. It helps. We're trying to pump up our numbers and grow the show as always. And thank you, of course, to the Hard Dick 1318 who are signed up for Patreon as of right now.
That's
and
great.
If you want to be one of the Hard Dick 1300, go to patreon.com/poddon'tlie. We do an extra episode every week for that sweet, sweet ass. We will talk to you on the Patreon Thursday or Friday. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.